Going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Please. You're too kind. Thank you. Oh. Please, we have a show to start here, people. We have a show to do. How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tyrone Shivers here, back with another episode of the Snooze Button Specials, the interview series where I sit down with all of the creatives and movers and shakers around Atlanta that I think you all are sleeping on. And today, my guest is the one and only Mr. Plewto Smith. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing really good.
Oh my God.
All of this is so shocking.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be extra. I was thinking it was going to be one way, and it is not at all. And I mean that in the best way.
Yeah, so, man. I'm all about giving people what they least expect when they least expect it.
This is cool.
So cool, yes. So just for a little context for the people listening to this is you could say an on-location interview.
Yes,
we are here live at Ponce City Market on the second floor of the food court.
Yes,
and we're just here vibing, having a good time. Thank you so much for taking your time out to be here today, Plewto.
It's all good. I'm happy to be here, bro.
Yeah, man. I didn't know we was going to do it, bro, because it's been like, it's getting to that Atlanta time of the year where it's either hot or raining and no in between.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a lot of raining recently. It's supposed to be like super hot by the next weekend at least, but still more rain for your buck and everything between.
Yeah. But, you live here long enough, you find a way, you make it work, because what else are you going to do,
You got me at Ponce City Market. I do not come here on a regular basis.
The funny thing is, I've gotten, maybe over the past, year, I've gotten to the thing of, Ponce City is overrated as fuck.
I mean, you said it, not me. It's kind of expensive.
And that's really what it is. Yeah. It's I wouldn't mind this if, some of these food establishments were, 30% cheaper than what they're charging, or gave 30% more food than what they're giving you.
That's mostly my I'm cool. I like the homegrown mom and pop spot still.
Yeah.
A lot more. But hey, respect to everybody that loves Atlanta and Ponce City Market.
I mean, there's hella people in here, so people clearly it is a destination.
Indeed. Some people need outlets, you feel me?
Yeah.
This is an outlet for some people, so I'm happy for them.
And honestly, my same feelings also go to Krog Street. I feel like the same things that could be said here could be said for Krog Street.
Low-key, they're kind of one and the same to me on many levels.
Honestly, I mean, they're both on the Beltline. They both kind of have that similar, I don't even know what you would call this aesthetic that they're going for here, but it's the same thing everywhere. But,
it's like a mall. It's like a mall, but not a mall.
It's a gentrified mall.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but hey, we love it for what it is.
Yes, indeed.
But anyway, Plewto, I got you here because, like I said, I am a fan of what you do and what you represent and everything like that. And having you on here, I just wanted to get a little bit of your story and who you are and how we got here. Cool. But firstly, just addressing where we are here today, you've been active to say the least with your social media game, and this has really exploded for you in the past. I think at one point I looked at your follower count and you were at 10K, and then the next day you were at 15, and then now you're at 20 something, and it's it's exponentially growing now.
We're at 26,000.
Yeah,
which is cool. I'm really grateful about that.
And then even from that, you had the Deontay Hitchcock. Would you call it a feature? I guess.
I'm on the album.
Yeah,
I just leave it there. I'm on the project a few times, and I'm grateful. I don't know what else to say. I'm really grateful that he would ask me to be a part of it, and him to, not in an arrogant way, but be inspired by what I was just doing independently and wanted me to contribute to what he was already doing. I'm happy to be a part of that project because it's legitimately a great project. Taking me out of it entirely, I think it would have been a great project even if I wasn't on it. You know what I mean? So to be on it, I'm that's amazing. I'm just grateful. Like, I'm thankful. Like, shout out to Deontay for asking me to do this. I've never done anything of this magnitude for another artist. I get hella like inquiries and stuff like that. I've done features for artists that have never been released, and yeah, even when he asked me, it wasn't so much that I was kind of like, but it's just, you know, I know how the music industry is. It can be, you can't count on anything until it's like in your face.
Yeah.
Low-key, you can't count on nothing until it's out, like until it's released. You feel me? So on many levels, I didn't really have insane expectations. I was just grateful to be asked, and happily, shockingly, he actually, not shockingly based on what I just said, but happily and shockingly, he actually used most of the stuff I gave him. So
wow,
I was like, thanks. I did 5 skits for him. He used 4 of the 5. So
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how has that been feeling now at this point? Because, you know, I've also been seeing you just been doing like other sorts of collaborations with other pages or events and things like that. Yeah. So how has that felt now at this point to be getting like this traction, if you will?
A little scary, to be honest. 50% scary, but also something that I welcome, because I know it's something that I need on some levels. And I think it's also a little bit of a manifestation of what I've been talking about, at least interpersonally with people and a little bit publicly, but just the importance of community and collaboration with people. I've always been a solo guy in terms of like my own creative outlets, and it's never been something that I've been proud of. Like, there's like some people, a lot of people will tell me how they think it's really great that I'm able to do everything by myself, but I don't think that's a badge of honor. I do not think it's a badge of honor. It's fine if you could do it, but I think that great ideas, projects of all forms, they're team efforts. They're contact sports. You know, like they're not you build it entirely by yourself. Like you can do it, but even a lot of those people, they have people that help them do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like Prince, yes, he did produce all of his stuff, but he wasn't on stage fucking playing everything.
He wasn't shooting the videos.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like it requires people to be involved and help you and assist you. So to step out of myself, and some of which I inquire on, like I would like to work with you. Others reaching out to me like, we want to work with you. It does really feel good for me to step out of like myself and my fears, you know what I mean? Because a lot of that, doing things by myself, some of it is wanting to be independent, and I guess coming from an era of DIY where if you just couldn't have the resources, you figured out how to do it. But do it yourself doesn't always mean literally do it yourself. Sometimes it can just mean finding a way to do what you want to do through other means besides the standard traditional way, that as long as it's not unethical. So to be able to step out of that, it feels less uncomfortable with time. So
no, you're definitely speaking to something real, because, you know, I as someone else who also does everything on my own.
Yeah, we are like sitting down with a Rodecaster and a microphone.
Yeah, we basically got a full podcast studio just in the middle of Ponce.
It's cool as shit to me.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's coming over here. Hello.
Hi, don't do that.
Don't press that. Hold on, wait. If you want to press the button, I got you. Hold on.
What are you guys doing?
Just press 1. Nope, one of those. Yep.
That's who I think I am.
Hey.
Yeah, you can't hear it, but we can hear it. But thank you.
It's good to see you.
That is honestly the timing of what you...
Indeed, timing is crazy, guys.
It's hilarious. Yeah, so, yeah, live podcasting, everybody, in public.
I embrace it. I think that, I don't know if this is when I say first, I mean like first in a live setting like this. But I think if you continue to do it, it'll be kind of cool. That's just... this was just a very spur of the moment of like, okay, well, but to your thing of like, you know, it's just me. I don't have like a dedicated studio space. I don't have like somebody who I could just
we just had to make it work.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I was like, hey, as long as there's an outlet, in the setup for this, I was like, as long as we just somewhere with an outlet, we can make it work. And there was a world, if it didn't rain, we probably would have been doing this outside.
Definitely.
So, hey, but anyway.
It's okay.
To circle back, what I was saying about the whole independence thing, it's almost kind of like a, I don't know, paradox, if that's the word I want to say, or it's a contradiction, because we simultaneously like live in this era of like the entrepreneurial boss time era. So like there is a need or a want to be like, oh, like I can control my own destiny. But on the flip side of that is that, like you say, all the people who are actually highly successful have a team.
Yeah. For sure.
And then on top of it, this is something I've felt or I've got. So a comparison I get a lot of times is to Nardwuar for obvious reasons. I'm not.
Y'all wear glasses.
Yeah, and then, you know, I'm not. It's not dumb. I get where it comes from.
Yeah.
But in that though, people have an image of what that is. So people see Nardwuar and like, hey man, it's just him. He doing this. He been doing this for 30 years. Like, hey, and that's you. But the funny thing is, I've heard interviews with Nardwuar say exactly what you just said. I'm not trying to do this by myself. I just have been, and it's just, you know, worked out for it. But don't get me wrong. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I don't want to be independent like that. And that's kind of where I am, where people see me and they have this image, and no matter what I say or do, they're just like, damn, that nigga Tyrone, he doing it on his own.
Getting out the mud.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not trying. It's almost like, you know, you hear women say like they hate that strong black woman thing, because it's like, yo, I don't
want to be resilient.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I want a soft life too, and all that type of stuff. So it is a very interesting thing about this independence, especially in the entertainment thing, where, you know, you have this image of, hey man, it's just you, and nobody wants to. And I've found myself on this a couple times. There have been people I've wanted to work with, and I'm a little hesitant because I'm like, he seemed like he got a fully functioning thing over there, and I don't want to ruin it. But
I don't think. I mean, what do you have to lose besides asking though? Like, objectively speaking.
And that's really what it comes. And that's where the independence is. We all just feel like, well, I got to figure it out for myself. Like, I could ask, but it's on me.
I will say for myself, a lot of the collectives, the groups, the people that I've been fortunate enough to work with, I've wanted to work with for years, you know what I mean? But I do think that 2 Chainz's line is real, the grinding and timing. I don't think I really had enough of my own thing for a lot of those people to want to realistically work with me outside of like the bare minimum. But yeah, I've pitched to plenty of companies like for years. None of this is new for me, you know what I mean? I mean that like humbly, like none of this is anything that I haven't tried already, and maybe that's why I think I'm handling it a little bit better than I perhaps would have maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, because I've gone through a lot of these already. Like the allure of being able to say that I got it, like I'm up, I won because I worked with XYZ, it doesn't exist. It makes me grateful to do it, don't get me wrong. Like I look back on it and say like, yes, I'm happy and I'm thankful, but I don't see it as like I'm complete because of this, you know what I mean? Like I know that I still have so many more things that I have to do, and I also am aware and can acknowledge that I wasn't ready to do a lot of the shit that I'm doing now. And it really is a process. Like, all this shit is just a fucking process, bro. Oh, can we curse? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a fucking process. Like, everything that you think you're ready to jump forward and jump towards, you may not be ready for it. Because, I don't know, I've seen both inverses as well through the vantage of other people. I've seen people that are just now getting their just due and were grinding for years. And then I've also seen people that blew up within like a year, 6 months, and they didn't really know how to handle it. So they weren't able to maintain what they were given. So I think timing is very important, but you have to work in between. Like, you always got to work. Like, it's like being a ball player and only practicing during practice. You feel me? Like, you got to always be on your shit. So.
Yeah, what is the Kobe line, where luck is just opportunity meets preparation?
Kobe said that?
Well, I
really don't know.
I think he did. I'm attributing it to him.
Oh, shout out to Kobe.
But yeah, it's opportunity. I mean, luck is just opportunity meets preparation. And so if you're always prepared when that opportunity comes, and it's funny you say that too, because I think back, pre-pandemic time, everybody was almost up right before the pandemic hit.
It's like everybody has a story.
Yeah.
About
they was right there, and then it all went away.
It went away.
So I have one of those as well.
Oh, word. I'm sorry.
And I thought I was. I mean, who's to say? Who really knows?
Indeed.
But I also look back. I would have been 22, 23 at the time, and I was like, I don't think I would have been prepared to handle the type of attention I may have thought I wanted at that age. Because just through other life experiences I went through after that I was like, oh yeah, if I had to go through this while also trying to maintain a public image and it wouldn't have went well for me.
It wouldn't have worked. Like, it would have been squandered eventually. You know what I mean? And same thing. I mean, like, I had released a project pre-pandemic that was, I was slowly kind of building a following, like, musically. It was very slow. I will never act like I was getting like 100,000 views and shit like that. But it was, people were actually gradually, at least in Atlanta, beginning to pay attention to what I was doing. And in my mind, I was like, okay, I just got to keep doing this. Like, I feel like I see like the vision. I just got to keep doing this shit, keep releasing music, keep releasing projects, and just let it keep gradually growing. And then by maybe like 22, 23, I think I'll be where I want to be. And then the pandemic happened, and it low-key kind of just shot all my drive to be an artist, like a recording artist, and it never really came back. Not music. I still was making music, creating music, but the actual aim to be like the face, the recording artist, it just kind of fizzled out, and I realized I wanted other stuff too. Well, actually, no, I realized I low-key didn't know what I wanted outside of it, because that was my first dream. Being a recording artist was my first dream. Like, I wanted to do all the stereotypical shit that niggas would talk about when it came to be an artist. Like, I want to be known for making music, do shows, make money doing that shit, be on magazine covers and award shows, and just the how can I say, externally gratifying things, not the enjoying making shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, after that, I don't know, like, perspective just changed for me a lot. I tried a lot of ways to try to keep it, but it just wasn't in me no more. Like, I interned at the studio for a year and a half. That ended up badly, but like, I still made music. I started to write music for my brother. Like, he's a producer, so I was writing music for him to pitch to other artists. That went okay. Like, we got a few placements, but none of the placements actually translated into releases. And then I started to write jingles intertwined to that. But after a while, it kind of just ran out of gas a little bit, and I just kind of chilled for a second. Like, I don't know, like, the creative energy was always in me. I still create even beyond that. But yeah, like, after I got a job, like a regular job, I low-key was loving it, to be honest. Like, I was loving, or rather, let me restate, not a regular, but like a regular good job. I low-key loved it. Like, I loved being able to fucking just live for a second. So I still had the mentality of, like, work and create, but just treat it as something fun to do. Don't treat it as like, you gotta make this work. I lost my job, and after I lost my job, it became, you have nothing else. The job market fucking sucks right now. I'm still unemployed. You know what I mean? Like,
same.
Yeah. Oh damn. I'm sorry, bro. But yo, like, I'm still unemployed. I lost my job, and I haven't been able to find another one. So it became a matter of, like, you got to do something with your time. So I started producing content, like, consistently. I always produce content, but like on a consistent, near daily basis. That's when that came in, because I had nothing else. So.
And was that switch to because you were already like making things, videos here and there, but when the switch came to like, okay, like now this is just what I'm gonna be doing, was there like a gap that you had to figure out? Because like it's one thing to just be making stuff when, okay, I'm just making what I like, but then when it's like, okay, I have to make something every day damn near, was that a struggle?
No, because I didn't do it that way initially. Like, it's going back to what we just talked about, where because niggas went through the shit already, they were prepared and knew what to do. I went viral in 2022 for singing with my titties out. You feel me? And it was like, I was not doing that with the intention of going viral. It just went viral. So because of that, I had already gone through the process of what everybody was saying that I need to do. And because I did, to an extent, not 100%, but the basic formula of you gotta drop every day, you gotta go crazy every single day and maintain this, and seeing that it didn't work. You feel me? It did not work because it was like I was just doing it for the sake of doing it, and brands hitting me up to promote stuff that has nothing to do with me and just to make money and stuff like that. It's like, I know that's not the route for me. So I switched formulas. I didn't do what everybody said. Like I lost my job in the end of January, so we'll just say February 2025. Had like a little bit of a period of like, I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Like, because it happened abruptly. It wasn't like a scenario of, you know, I knew what was happening. It's like, no, it was like, I go to work one day, I leave work, I get a call, you're fired. That's it, you feel me? So I wasn't prepared for it. But so for the first like month and a half, 2 months, I was really just scrambling. I was looking for other jobs. I found a few gigs. A friend of mine got me a few PA gigs, production assistant gigs that I was happy to do. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I'm not going to put you out there because your business is important, but thank you for doing this. Like, you know who you are. But she helped me do that, and I was getting unemployment at the time at least. But I don't know. I had kind of like a dream and a vision, like a literal dream, not like the figurative, like a dream of like, you should make content. You should make content. And the click that happened with me was there was a week where Cleo Soul was doing American shows. If you follow Cleo Soul, she does not perform in America at all. She's from London. So they were in New York and LA though, and at the time I didn't have no money. I really pondered in my head, like, I talked to my best friend about this. I was like, hear me out. What if I fly to LA for the day of the concert? I go to the concert, and then when the show was over, I just fly back home. And it was like, you don't have any money. No, don't do it. So in my sadness of not being able to see Cleo Soul, I made a video about why I love Cleo Soul. And after I did that, I edited it. I looked at it and was like, this is kind of cool. It took me a while to do it as far as like the getting comfortable. And if you look at that video versus how I shoot now, night and day. But after that happened, I tried it again the next week about black people. I just made a video about why I love black people. So I made it a gradual thing. I didn't make I'm going to drop a video every single day because I know I can't do that. I would burn out. I didn't have the muscle to do it at the time. So it started gradually. It started from once a week for about a good month or two. Then it went to 2 a week, then 3, then 4, and then after 4, it just became, you just drop whatever. Like, if you feel like dropping 5 videos this week, cool. If you feel like dropping 10 videos this week, also cool. You just drop, and whatever happens, happens. But it became normal. Like, it got normal eventually. So it's not even something that I think about. But no, to answer your question, I didn't have an issue with it because I did it differently. But I think if I did try to do what I did before and I didn't go through that viral thing in 2022, I probably would have done it, I guess, a way that would have made me burn out.
Okay. Now
that was a lot to get there. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's long form content, so you're good.
Fair enough.
For the people though who are listening though, who may be unfamiliar or this is their first exposure to you, what is it exactly, or how would you describe what it is that you do in your content?
I just talk about stuff I'm interested in. That's really it. Like,
yeah.
I've always,
I guess, I don't know, this is always the when you're doing it, it's just like, it's just what I do. Like, yeah. I don't know what I'm
there's this hard line, unfortunately, that I think a lot of creative people are going through, where they're being forced to expose more of themselves than they may necessarily want to, because back literally even like 5 or 6 years ago, you could just do one thing and that could be your thing that you're known for. You don't have to really do way more than that. If I want to be a recording artist, I just got to focus on being a recording artist, talk about being a recording artist, release the music, come up with cool ideas to promote the music, and that's it. Now everybody wants way more of you. You feel me? So, on many levels, I think that's where it came from for me, was like, people want more of you. I don't have really anything to lose, so I'll just talk about the things that interest me. I won't necessarily talk about me specifically. I'm not going to tell you about, I don't know, the first fight I got into, or fucking my family and stuff like that, but like just the things that interest me. I've always been interested in history. That's always been my favorite subject. I've always been interested in music and music history. I've always been interested in like Atlanta culture because I'm from Atlanta. I personally think I've always been an advocate for the undiscovered in Atlanta, from the standpoint of like art, not so much I guess culture, as in, when I say culture, I mean things like restaurants and shit like that. Like, I wouldn't say so much that, but just like the creative people. I think I've always been an advocate for creative people in Atlanta. So I just have always wanted to tell the stories that interest me. And just by fate, I guess people either didn't know about a lot of this stuff, or they did and wanted people to know about it. So I just talk about what interests me. So what interests me are those things.
Okay. So now within that, with you doing that, we're kind of going out of order here. I normally start with the before and then we get to the now, but we've been cooking with the now for a minute.
Good.
So explain to me or to the listeners about the Cozy Show and what that is and how that came about.
Super Cozy happened because it was in that era of when I had a job.
Okay.
Where, I mean, it was an idea I did have for years prior. Like I initially, like the idea as a full fleshed out thing about 2021, 2022, but at the time I didn't really have any money. I had resources, but I had gotten into a place where like I didn't really want to ask like the homies that I had been working with for years to just do it on the strength.
And really quickly, what is the Super Cozy Show for people who don't know?
Oh, right, that's real. The Super Cozy Show is a variety show for minorities. Well, that centers minorities. We're gonna have a white performer, I swear.
Coming soon, white performer.
I am stressing to you, when we have our first white performer, I am making the biggest deal about that shit. I swear. But I wanted to create a variety show for minorities because I saw that there needed to be kind of like an outlet for it, because there really was nothing like it specifically for us. People in Atlanta do variety shows. They're usually, with respect to white people, for white people. And so I just saw that there was really nothing for black people especially to have. And I think that Atlanta is such a rich city, creatively speaking, that for as rich as it is, a lot of the scenes do not intertwine with each other or work with each other or build with each other. I have theories as to why, but there are so many different scenes that do stuff. I'm like, even if y'all don't necessarily work together, why can't y'all just be on the same stage with each other? So outside of just like my love for variety shows, like I love variety shows from like the 60s, the 50s, the 70s, I thought it would be cool for Atlanta to have something like that as well. So for myself, the initial idea, like I said, started like 2021, 2022, but I didn't really have the money, and I didn't really feel comfortable asking my friends that were like in the industry to just do it pro bono for me at the time, at least, because we had finally, well, they rather had finally kind of come up to doing their art, and for years doing stuff for low money or for free, actually getting big boy gigs, and I was kind of like, I don't really feel comfortable asking y'all to do this, to be honest. So it just kind of like stayed dormant until I got a job. And once I got a good job that paid me money, that's when it became, okay, I think I could maybe do a show now. It will be, I think I have enough resources and enough money, at the very worst, money to make this work and make it happen. So I reached out to a few people. Some people said it's not right, like timing wise it's not right. Some people said that no, and then other people were just ignoring me. So I got lucky enough to get a response from the supermarket, and they said we're willing to do it, and it worked out. That's it. Really, it worked out. So it's forever growing. I hope that it can grow into something greater. Like, my ultimate goal and dream for the Super Cozy Show is to turn it into a festival in Atlanta. Like, it's just in Atlanta, hopefully for Atlanta only.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just bringing in different artists, both in the city and outside of the city, to just come in and just give us experiences. Because I don't think that post-pandemic, there's not a lot of black music festivals still left. Like, we had one music fest, which I love, you know what I mean? But at least off my head, I can't think of.
Is A3C still a thing?
A3C is gone.
Oh.
They I don't want to speak too deep, but they got bought, and I remember they turned it into a tech fest. It wasn't really as popular, and yeah, they're gone. But
Darn.
all the ones, yeah, A3C, we had Afropunk, Atlanta. Them events were some of my favorite shows. To see salon, I love salons, bro.
Music Midtown.
Music Midtown was lit. I think they still do it, but
It's
not
Shaky Knees. That's it, where Music Midtown would have been. It's Shaky Knees now.
Wow. And I thought Shaky Knees was more universal as far as the artists, which is cool. It's fine. But, yeah, I just wanted something a little bit more black centered, not necessarily like everybody got to rap and everybody got to sing and everybody has to do, I guess, like stereotypical comedy, but I just would like for there to just be stages of just blackness, like different types of blackness, and which then bleeds over into minorities. I'm pro-black. Like, I love black people. I try to advocate for the growth of black people. Like, I hope I don't turn into one of those fucking Clarence Thomas ass niggas when I'm old, you feel me? So yeah, I just advocate for that. But I also love everybody. Like, everybody, I think, has beauty to them in some capacity. So yeah.
Okay, and as someone who has attended the Super Cozy Show, I think you are on the right path as far as curating that culture of, like, everybody can be doing multiple things and still come together and it still makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because I think about, just a time before. Shout out Anwar, with Lotus Rosary.
Shout out Lotus Rosary.
When you would go to their shows, obviously it would be centered around musical performances, but there would be more things going on. There was much more of an experience. They would have the artists there showing off their work, or I think they used to have, like, tarot card readers in there and stuff like that. So just understanding that, okay, the community that we exist in, although it is, the music is in the forefront of it, there's so many other experiences that make this what it is, that deserve that recognition. And I think you're on a great track to doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Shout out to Lotus Rosary. Humbly, I don't mean it in a disrespectful. I can't say that I was really influenced by them, only because they came after me, like me and my people. But I really love what they have been doing, like, throughout the years, like since I've known of them, like 2019. I've known about them since then, but I think they've been around for a while. But for us, like, my experience came from us just doing a festival. Like, we did a festival. I was a part of Adventure ATL from 2017 to 2018. It started in 2016, but We did 2017. We did it was originally called Adventure Time Atlanta, but for obvious reasons,
yeah,
we had to change the name to Adventure ATL. But like that was like my first experience in doing festivals and doing big form events. It was genuinely one of the most stressful days of my entire life. I have not had that many stressful days since that, but it was like the first experience I had for a long form. Before that, like I was doing events with George J. Baker III from like 2015 until like the middle of 2018. But we had like, I feel like me and my niggas, I mean this respectfully, I feel like we were always the niggas that were doing shit where if you knew about it, you knew about it, but the rest of the city may not have known about it.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's like all of our ideas on many levels were ideas that were not stolen. They were not stolen from us. They were just ideas that other people had along with us.
Yeah.
And we didn't continue. We were my friend Carl told me, like, you're the king of the one-off. That's your thing. Like, you can do one event one time and it'll be amazing and it'll never happen again. So in thinking about that, like I think of all the things we did before they became regular things. Like my homie Josh, he did this event called Tokyo ATL, and it was basically like a precursor to like Controllerize,
okay,
and Trap Sushi. Like it was basically a hybrid of music and anime. And he was like, I want to do it, so we did it at George and Marty's house. And it was like a house party that was anime centered, but it was hella niggas, like no exaggeration, hundreds of niggas crammed into a house. Then we did, like I said, Adventure ATL, which was basically a festival that happened, which was on some level, it was a precursor to like the Lotus Rosary shows. And what else? I remember I wanted to throw a 2000s party in Atlanta. We did these events called Room Temperature. Me and George wanted to do these shows where we wanted to basically do themed parties either every month or like every other month. And so the first one was a 2000s party in 2017. So we did it, and it was the shit at Old Memo Gallery, RP Memo Gallery. But we did that at Memo Gallery, and it was, again, hella people, hundreds of people coming through just for the shit that we would do. So it's almost like a lot of those experiences, I think, when I'm saying it out loud, we never would continue them, but I don't think that we were meant to. We were meant to just put the idea out and be done with it. But I also think individually, me, because I had those experiences, it allowed me to be able to do Super Cozy a little bit more seamlessly as opposed to just jumping in raw. Like there's a lot of things I think I would have slipped up on if I didn't have those experiences with my friends, with Good Juice family, with George J. Baker III, Marty McNasty, and then blooming into what I'm doing. I had other like OGs that like helped me or like gave me guidance, like Soul Food Cypher. I was a member of Soul Food Cypher from 2014 to 2017. Shout out to Cost, that's still like my OG that I talk to this day. I got to intern for Bosco for like a day, like one day. The singer.
Shout out Bosco. I know who she is.
Yeah, I got to intern for her for like a day. Like it was designed. I didn't get like fired, but it was designed that day. But that experience, it helped me like a lot to just see how you run an event and shit like that. So yeah, like all of these different experiences. There's more. They just kind of like skip my mind at the moment, but just all these different experiences have really allowed me to grow and understand things. Shout out to Brandman Sean. He did Adventure Atlanta, so for sure.
Okay, so from all of these experiences I'm hearing, like it sounds like, what's happening now is just being built on from things that were already happening in the past.
Absolutely.
So with that though, I do want to get a little bit, just a little bit more understanding of the momentum that led to that. So let's go all the way back.
Okay. Cool.
And now you're Atlanta born and raised, correct?
You're from the South Side, right?
Yes.
Clayco, right?
Well, I'm not from Clayco.
Okay.
That's just where I live now.
Okay, cool.
But is that where you're from?
Oh yeah, I'm from Clayco.
Okay.
The reason why I like clarified it that way because I feel like
I know. I look to the unincorporated. It's all Atlanta
it's
to
just
them.
Atlanta,
But good for clearing that
Indeed.
up though. Yeah.
But for Atlanta, I'm from Clayco.
Okay.
For transplant / not Atlanta, yes, I'm from Atlanta.
Okay.
So
I'm
from Riverdale. I'm from Riverdale and Monroe. I spent the literal first half of my life in Riverdale, and I spent the second childhood. I'm sorry, like baby to 10 years old in Riverdale and a little bit of College Park, and then from 10, like the other half of 10 until 18, I lived in Morrow, Georgia.
Okay. So around the early age, do you have any brothers, sisters?
I have 2 brothers. I'm the youngest of 3. I also have a half sister. We don't talk as much, unfortunately, but it's not any beef. It's just distance and shit and family stuff.
Understandable. And were you with mom, dad, both?
Single mom household. So three boys living in a single mom household.
Oh, wow.
My dad is still alive. We don't have a relationship. But shout out to Michael, man.
Shout out to him, I guess.
Shout out to Michael. For sure.
Okay, so early on, you spoke about at first you wanted to, music was your thing early on.
Yes, sir.
Were you in a musical household?
In what way do you
how did anybody play any instruments? Was there just music played a lot? Like, what was your introduction to music?
For me, just hearing it a lot. My mom would sing. I would say what I remember as a baby, the first song I definitively remember hearing was "Shake Your Body" by the Jacksons. Like this dance and shout, like being in the being in the car, in a booster, whatever the child seat shit in the back, and my mom listened to the oldies radio, and that was what was playing. But no, my mom didn't play instruments. She sang a little bit. She claims she was an amazing singer growing up, but
you've yet to see evidence of it.
Yeah, in her life, I never thought she was an amazing singer, but I will say, when I think about it, actually, everyone in my family kind of like inspired a little bit of like my music taste. So my mom was always into oldies and R&B. She did not like rap like that. She was super cap. She would be like, "You got rap for me?" No, I did not. Like, you did not like rap. You hated rap. You would not let us listen to like Hot 107 or Hot 97 at the time.
Shout out 95.5.
Yeah, 95.5. Yeah, that too.
Oh.
Like, she did not let us listen to that shit. So, played a lot of oldies, a lot of kid music, maybe would be the best way to put it. Like Sesame Street music. I remember going to see Sesame Street live. The first concert I ever went to was Kurt Franklin live with BB and CeCe Winans, and I think there was one other act, but it's been a while. I fell asleep like right after Kurt Franklin came out. I remember he had this really cool Videotron entrance where he was getting chased. I remember he had a Church's sponsorship, and then he came out entirely, and like maybe like a song or two later, I fell asleep. I don't remember the rest of the concert, but yeah, like oldies, R&B, a little bit of gospel. I've never been like a super big gospel guy, but like a little bit of gospel, like the elements of it. That's my mom. My older brother, Moran, he was always into Southern rap. I remember, because I was a latchkey kid, my mom worked late at night, so we would be home alone after my oldest brother turned about 13 or 14. She would just let us stay home and like, you make sure everything's okay. So he listened to a lot of Southern rap, a lot of like crunk music. I remember he got Vice Versa by Pastor Troy on tape. He played that song so fucking much, bro. So I didn't like that music at first, but it's almost like it became an acquired taste. But he loved like crunk, Tip, who else? Trailville, Lil Scrappy, little bit of 3-6, like the yin yang, like the under successful but not exactly respected at the time Southern rap. Then my oldest brother Dante has always been very weird, very savant like, so he was always into like Doom, Madlib, Quasimodo, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, weird, like, well, it's not weird to me today, but like when I was a kid, like
that would have been underground at that time.
Exactly. So that was the type of shit that he liked, and I always thought it was weird and kind of funny. Like, you like this weird ass music, but subconsciously I'm like, this shit actually kind of slaps. It's weird. So when I think about it, that's like where it comes from. But then on the individual level, I spent a lot of time alone. Because I said, I grew up in a single mom household. My mom will often be at work. Doesn't mean she was a bad parent. She would still show up and stuff like that. But when the times where she didn't have to show up, I would be by myself a lot. So I watched a lot of MTV, a lot of BET, video games, and pro wrestling. Really, for a lot of millennials like that were like of my age, we were shaped by a lot of that kind of culture and the type of stuff that we like, the alternative things. So they would play a lot of alternative music. So listen to a lot of that. I would stay up late and just listen to music, watch music videos, BET Uncut, and the Top 20 Countdown from VH1. So I always knew that I loved music and I loved the way it made me feel. First time I ever tried to sing, I was about maybe like 3 or 4 years old. It was Candy Rain from Soul For Real. They were performing on all that. That was the first time I ever tried to sing, but like that's like kind of play singing. But the moment I knew like I wanted to be a singer or recording artist was in middle school. That's when I knew. That's when it came.
Was there a specific moment or event that made that?
I would sing a lot. I remember being in my room singing for anxiety purposes. Like, you know, like kids will sleep with like a nightlight on so they're not as afraid. What I would do is I would listen to the radio. When I was a kid, I would listen to The Quiet Storm by Joyce Littell at night to have something to go to sleep to, because I would always struggle with sleeping and anxiety, etc. So I remember singing Let Me Love You by Mario. It felt really good. And then come on, like, I want to be a singer. That's what I want to do. And she was like, okay. And that was it. And that, it kind of gradually progressed into other things. So I would say that was the moment, though. But the moment where it became like, I'm sure, was I had to do a solo in 8th grade. I had a crush on my chorus teacher. She was fine as fuck. Her name was Miss Davis. But
Shout out Miss Davis.
Shout out Miss Davis. I've been looking for that woman for 20 years to see if she's still alive, because I had a thing for her.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, indeed. But like, she asked me to sing at my 8th grade. It wasn't graduation. It was like an award ceremony. So I sang Easy by the Commodores. I did a really good job. I liked the way it made me feel, the reaction I got, and that's when it became, okay, I am 100% sure I want to be a recording artist.
So then at that point, so from then, that's when you said, like, I'm going to make my own, like, original music. When did that start?
For me, I wrote my first song in 9th grade. I had a crush on this girl.
Hey, man, that's a big motivator sometimes. Indeed,
I had a crush on a girl. And I just wanted her to like me, and she didn't. But I also didn't understand. I didn't understand the signs, you know. So I wrote a song.
As we all have to go through that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I ended up liking her. I had to go to a school in a different district. Not different district. I had to go to a school that wasn't the school I was supposed to go to, because I got in trouble. So I was forced to go to magnet school, and that was like the actual start officially of chasing the idea, the dream of being a recording artist, because I had to go to magnet school. It was a fairly rigorous program. Like, you were required to audition for musicals. You were required to sing in the chorus, get good grades in the chorus. So I would.
Where did you go?
I went to Mount Zion High School.
Oh, okay. All right. I was about to say Stillwell, but I was like, you were before that, so.
Well, technically, yes and no. Mount Zion was Stillwell.
Right.
You feel me? So we were a part of the inaugural. I was a part of the inaugural class of technically Stillwell, but I got my diploma from Mount Zion. Like, the way it worked was, we went to Mount Zion High during the day, and then after school, we had to go to Stillwell across the street in the Performing Arts Center before it was like Stillwell, and take our magnet classes over there. And then it gradually got different and better. Like, by the time I was a senior, I went from going home at like 5 to maybe going home at like 4 or 3:30, because they finally figured a way to incorporate the curriculum into it, and then it gradually became Stillwell.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was the start though.
Okay, and then who were some of like the first people you shared your music with, and what was the reception like?
So I didn't actually make. When I say make, I mean like record music until I got to college. Kind of pivot because I got tired of being in Magnet a little bit. Like I didn't want to do it, but I eventually kind of accepted it and just ran with it and did well and thrived. Because it wasn't what I wanted to do, I actually took a pivot into being a rapper for a bit.
Hey man, you're not in Atlanta if you haven't tried to be a rapper at some point.
Indeed. So like from 11th grade up until like 2015, I was a rapper. Like I rapped. That was like what I wanted to do. It was more, I was a rapper that could sing really well. So
You was Drake before Drake.
I was Drake before Drake. I was T-Pain after T-Pain. All that shit, you feel me? So yeah, I was a rapper, and I didn't really release my first songs until like college, like 2011, 2012. The people around me said they liked it. You know, I thought it was great. When I listen to it now, I think it's horrible, but like, I thought it was great. Like the first song I released was a song called Twitter, because the hook was "Follow Me," like so follow me. That was the first song I ever released, and hey, I still thought that was a good ass. I haven't listened to it like in like at least a decade, but hey, I remember thinking this shit hard. Like this shit cool. I remember I got a friend from high school to make the beat. I bought a beat off of him, like a lease, and I took that beat and I made a song with that beat. I thought that shit went crazy, but yeah, I released my first project in 2012. It is horrible. I will say I did think it was like, at least like the project, not every song, but the project at large was not good even back then. But yeah, that was when I released my first project. But I mean, I have people that still ask me about my first, my two rap projects. I released a mixtape and a rap album. The rap album was cool. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I remember liking it when it dropped. But the people around me liked it, but it never really did crazy numbers. Like I was never successful as a recording artist, like stereotypically cliche successful as a recording artist. So yeah, but I also think I had a deal of insecurity too about it. So yeah.
Yeah, because like at this time, as you're putting this out, and you know you're talking, you're sharing this with people, are you still like are you telling people, yeah, and this is what I'm going to be doing like for the rest of my life? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I told everybody I'm gonna be an artist. I'm gonna be a rapper / I'm gonna be an artist. Like this is it. I remember the day I told my mom I wanted to be a rapper. She was so, you would have thought I told her I wanted to start an OnlyFans or some shit. Like she was kind of disappointed. Like I could feel in her voice, like I knew you wanted to be a rapper already. Like I was 17. I remember her being disappointed about it. But when it was going on, like I'm having deja vu right now. This is kind of crazy. I swear that I dreamed about this moment. Crazy, but
it'd be like that.
Like this moment we're having now. But fucking at the time, I think I grew up in a time where we were told it has to be like this to get this, and then finding out that it's not that way. There was a piece of me that felt betrayed, and then there was also a piece of me that felt fearful and defeatist in some ways, where initially thinking you just had to make good music and then put it out, and after that, as long as it's good, it'll grow, and that's that. But it's not that simple. It's like theoretically, yeah, but no, there's a lot of factors. You have to be out there. You have to you have to be a front-facing person, because you're a business. Even if you're an artist, you're still a business if you're trying to make it be something. If it's strictly, I just want to be an artist, make your music, and you're done. You feel me? But if you're actually trying to make this a living or make it something that you could be lucrative with, no, you have to put yourself out there consistently. And I was putting myself out there as a human, as me, a face, but I don't think musically I was doing a great job of putting myself out there. And I would get alley-oops and layups, and I would just be too afraid to really take advantage of them. I got hella alley-oops throughout my music career that I did not take advantage of. partially because I was afraid, but also because I didn't know how to, too. So
yeah, that goes back to your thing of like, sometimes the timing, like you just weren't mentally where you needed to be to succeed in the way you needed to.
Definitely.
But yeah. Okay, so I've gotten a little bit about how you are the way you are, and then what it is that you do with the Super Cozy Show, and all the content you make, just talking about your interests. I guess what I ask a lot of people is what do you hope to gain from all of it? What is it you want from the content, the Super Cozy Show? What do you want from all of this?
So I just had this conversation yesterday. I kind of think I'm in a place in my life. Do you watch Insecure?
Yes.
Do you remember the episode where Issa went back to Stanford and she was on stage and they're like, "What do you want?" And she just was low-key kind of like, "I don't really know exactly what I'm doing right now." Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the honest answer.
Yeah.
I've on a bare bones level, like what I would like for my life, I would like to make this has been actually like my same dream since like 2019, because I remember I talked to somebody about it to get something more fleshed out. But what I would like to do is be a creative person and an artist of just multidisciplinary and make a comfortable living from it. That's what I would truly like for myself. That goes for continuing to produce content. I have a lot of ideas to produce more in-depth documentaries about things that interest me. I would like to continue to just make things that interest me, like talk about stuff that interests me. As far as being a recording artist, on many levels, at this point, I really only make music when I'm asked to be honest. Like, when I did the project, when I did the songs for Deontay, he reached out to me to do it. I didn't have like the inkling. I wasn't even producing music at the time at all. I'm sure it's something I will come back to, but it's not something that is just eating at me to do, because it's like I did it, like I made songs, I released projects, I said what I wanted to say within me at the time, and so I at least have the avenue of the Super Cozy Show to where I can still perform if I want to, or if I ever get an inkling to make more music, I can. Like, everything I perform at the Super Cozy Show are like songs that have been produced at least 2 years before, so I haven't made anything new for that, you know what I mean? But I just want to produce, like just create stuff and get paid to do it. I really can't put it no other way. And live a comfortable life, I would like to be able to travel and not worry about how it will affect me. Or do I want a family? I don't want kids. I would love to have a spouse. That would be cool. But yeah, I just want to be able to create and be able to take care of myself, whatever that may look like, even if it's just I do something one time. Do I think that even being a content creator specifically, do I think that I'm going to do this forever? I don't think so. I think I'll always have a foot in it, but like being like I attack this every day. I don't know. Like I'm very conscious of the fact that this could end tomorrow. Like TikTok was about to get shut down, and a lot of people were panicking like my shit is over. I don't know what to do. And that could happen with anything. That could happen with YouTube. That could happen with Instagram, where I own my content, but I don't own these platforms. So it could end tomorrow. And because of that, I am conscious of that and try to just create as much as I can and be grateful.
I love that. Okay, so my final question for you, and this is a question I like to ask all of my guests.
What's up, sir?
So if anybody is listening to this and they identify with any part of your story, whether that be going through the unemployment, whether that be making content, pursuing music, trying to make their own events, anything, and they identify what you're doing, what piece of advice would you give to them?
Honestly, just do it. I know that may sound like the most vague and maybe even non-helpful advice, but if you really want it, like you really truly want it, like you say you do, you'll find a way to do it. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't...
Hey, man, we're literally podcasting in the middle of Pond City Market.
Yes, sir. We figured out how to do it. You know what I mean? And that goes, and I want to emphasize, it's not just what I do. That's with anything in life, period. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a chef, or you want to fucking do anything, like, there's no limitation to what you can do. The only limitation is like athletic. Like, there is a time cap on being an athlete for the most part, but everything else is like, either you're gonna put yourself forward when you're 45 and want to transition into doing something different, or you figure it out young like me, like, I want to do this. You just you do it. Like, that's it. So don't make excuses as far as saying, you know, well, I want to do this, but I'm tired and I got to work a job. It's like, okay, everybody else got to do the same shit. So figure out how to do it. Give yourself grace. Recognize that you're probably not going to be great when you begin, but fall in love with the art. Like, fall in love with the process of what you do. Stop asking yourself, am I good at this? And start asking yourself, do I like doing this? Do I enjoy this? Because when you can relate to what you're doing, the likelihood, not always batting 1,000, but the likelihood is that other people will too, because they can see your authenticity. So create from a place of enjoying creation. It's okay to have goals, but if the purpose of your creation is the goal, like, I'm creating to make $1 million, once you get that $1 million, that's it. So you have to keep creating new things. But when you create from the place of just being a better artist or better creator or better whatever you do, it's a limitless process. You can always be better. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
No, good.
There's filmmakers that are old as fuck that are still learning stuff and still creating films. And hey, did it as a joke, but hey, Smokey Robinson released an album in his 80s. You know what I mean? So, but I think part of it is because he loves to make music. You know, so don't fall in love with the process, not the outcomes of being a creative person and an artist.
Fire. All right. Well, Plewto, thank you so much for coming by and doing this.
This is an hour. I'm looking at it.
Yes, sirski. Let the people know where they can find you, Super Cozy Show, any of the things that you want people to find.
So you can follow me on every platform at Plewto Smith, PLEWTO Smith. That is where you can find basically everything I do. I have a website, plewtosmith.com, that I really need to update because I have done double the projects that I was doing when I had it before. So I need to update that. But for Super Cozy, you can follow Super Cozy ATL on Instagram. Don't have a website for the Super Cozy Show just yet because I think that I'm still building it. So I would like to wait a little bit before I do that. But yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, like I said, that is going to do it for this episode. Once again, thank Plewto for, thank Pond City Market for allowing us here.
Oh, thank you for asking me to do this. This was really fun.
Yeah, no problem, man. And thank you all for listening. Thank you to you all, the listeners. Tune in next time where I'm going to have somebody sitting in Plewto's seat and I'm going to be annoying them with questions. Thank you all and have a good one.
Show.